to the Slack on the Track Slacker Tracker handicapping system, where we can teach you how to handicap like a pro in just 3 minutes a race. You don't have to be a professional handicapper and go to the track all the time. If you go once or twice a year, we're going to show you how to do it so that you can look like a pro. For the purposes of this tutorial, let's assume that today's race is at 1 3/8 on the turf and the track condition is firm. Download a copy of the Daily Racing Form or pick up the track program that has an Equibase speed number. The speed number is the important piece to this whole system. Note that the Slacker Tracker really doesn't work on maiden races, off tracks, or steeplechases. So today's race is 1 3/8. The first thing we're going to do is look for another race at approximately that distance, which we'll find here on January 22nd. Don't go back too far. You want to keep the races somewhat close together. So the buyer speed number is 66. We're going to write that right here. And he carried 122 pounds, and today he's carrying 115. So we're going to add 7 points to that 66. Now let's look at the trip. He went 4 wide during the race, so we're going to add 2 points to his number. Usually I add 1 point for drifted wide. I add 2 points for stumbled at start, blocked or bumped. 4 to 5 wide, jostled. I add 3 points for altered course, lost bit, lost whip. Now let's look at the workouts. He had 2 recent bullet workouts, which would be the fastest workout of the day. So we're going to add 2 points to the speed number. Only add bullet points if there was at least 10 horses working out that day. So if you see a 1 of 6, I would ignore that bullet. These were 1 of 11 and 1 of 29. So let's do the math. Adding the points calculated by the system, the Slacker Tracker index number for this horse is 77. Now let's repeat the system and assign the Slacker Tracker number for each horse in the race. If you're a little more serious and you want to refine the system, you can use your own points. Big mover, fast furlong, for the last furlong, I would add 2 points as the element of surprise. If you see a leading jockey on top, I would add 2 points for the better jockeys have better options points. If the only race you can use is an off track, I would add 2 points for off track. Sloppy, muddy, I would add 4 points for the heavy foot hoof print points, and the leading trainer for the meet, I usually add 2 points. In this example, the condition is the same. He isn't a closer. He doesn't have a leading trainer, but he does have a better jockey on top today with Velasquez. So let's add another 2 points for 79. Let's do another one, see how quick it goes. This is 6 furlongs on the dirt. Number 1, the first 3 races don't work. First is muddy, second is on the turf, and the third is sloppy. So we're going to take the 4th line, which is a 5.5 furlong race. Number 3, the speed number is 59. Number 4, 2 less pounds today, plus 2 on the speed number, so we're at 61. Number 5, no bad trip marks, so no change there. And number 6, he has 2 bullet work, so we're going to add 2 points, and no jockey, trainer, or closer points for a 63. It took me less than 30 seconds to do this horse, so if there was 10 horses in the race, within 3 minutes, you have narrowed the field down to the fastest horses in the race. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have your number. If you'd like to order some of our cool stuff, our hats, shirts, mugs, hoodies, go to slackonthetrack.com and click on the link for the online store. Now let's take a look at what the professional handicappers had to say today. If they're dismissing your horse, you can get a good price. Look at the trainers and jockeys. If it's too tight for you to make your decision, it's a couple of points. That could be what your deciding factor is. Things that get my attention are horses being shipped in from afar, horses coming off a long layoff, which sometimes can be good. Sometimes it could be just a tune-up race. Trainer changes, equipment changes, and of course, who's the gray horse? For some reason, gray horses seem to beat me all the time. I don't buy into this whole class argument. Horse really doesn't know if the horse next to him is a country fair pony or a rock star. The Beyer number is a great equalizer. It basically tells you the speed that horse can run at, whether it's at the fairgrounds or at Churchill Downs. So if there are 3 to 4 horses that are close, I would exacta, triple box the 4. If your horse is an 8 to 10 point favorite, I would go across the board and wheel them on top in an exacta. Of course, no system in horse racing is guaranteed. Unfortunately, horses have bad trips, and some days they just don't feel 100%. And of course, they don't tell you about that before they go out and run. My one tip is I always use a red pen to circle the 6 key items. It just makes it easier for me to pick up what I think is important. Okay, well, here's a little cheat sheet you can use. You can print it out, take it down to the track, have it easily accessible so you can check it against your program to make sure you hit all the points and pick the winners. I will, if you go to slackonthetrack.com, I'll have a downloadable version of this page for you to print out. So thank you very much for your interest in the Slacker Tracker system. I just bet you're going to be a winner if you follow these simple rules. And please visit our website at slackonthetrack.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at @TheRobertSlack. Thanks a lot, and go win yourself some money.